Hey guys and gals, welcome to another video. Here we are at the world famous Skirmish USA paintball field, home of the ever so popular Invasion of Normandy scenario among all other scenarios or big games that they host. And here we are as a group just enjoying a nice spring day of paintball, something that a lot of the fellas have been looking forward to going back to Skirmish. The last time we were there was back in December for their half price paint, but this was just a regular day. If anything, it was a discount for students. But as far as our group, it ranged from as young as 10 years old to adults who have maybe even just played once before and or maybe once a year. So basically, it's rec ball and about beginner level or somewhat in the intermediate level. And as you can see here in the morning while we were in the staging area, it was quite cold and windy. As you can see, most of the people here bundled up with their hoodies on, just waiting to get started. But fortunately, as the day went on, it heated up quite nicely and the wind died, so that wasn't such a factor with our accuracy. And today we were paired up with another wonderful referee from Skirmish. His name is Dimitri. He did an excellent job with making sure everybody in our group was happy. We had about 22 people, and he was the only ref for our group, but he managed to get everything done and be able to get to the fields that we wanted to go and made it fun for everybody. So I just wanted to take that brief moment to give a shout out to Dimitri, a great ref, and just wanted to let you guys know if you wanted to have the same ref and wanted to be able to have a good time, just ask for him at the field. So as I had mentioned before, the last time we were here was back in December, and most of the games that we had played back then were more of the woods ball type game, and more of the kids this time wanted to have a different type of feel. So they wanted more of the smaller field and faster type. And after doing all the things that we needed to do, picking up our guns, getting all the other guns chronoed, we decided to take a walk from the staging area back to the front of Skirmish to take advantage of the smaller fields before anybody else did. So we were able to play a couple of games at Cargo and a couple more games at the Mounds before heading out for lunch. So here we are, our first game of the day in Cargo. As you can see, I decided to start the day out with the pump. Um, just because I wanted to be able to also work on snap shooting while not being too intimidating to the other guys. And my goal for the day was to stay in the back and just shadow one of the kids in the group to get him more familiar with the game and just to be able to get him used to looking around, looking for other people, communicating, and shooting at the opponents. So our initial plan was to split up into small groups and basically communicate as we advanced from one cargo to another. In this particular game, the right side was a little bit quiet, and we just wanted to take our time looking around, looking through windows, because in this field there seems to be a lot of hiding spots and a lot of ways to be surprised. So we just wanted to be able to um, carefully move from one cargo to another, or one container to another, without being surprised by a shot to the side of the face or just be completely flanked. Right about now, we see quite a few opponents up in that tilted cargo. According to the rules of skirmish, you are not out if you get hit from your elbow, below your elbow, or knees and below. So any gun hits, any hopper hits won't really count. So now that we know where they are, we basically just had to be careful and pick our shots carefully, and when we could, just advance. So about now, we see that there are opponents on that tilted cargo, but not necessarily on the bottom. So after making sure that nobody was there on the bottom, we decided to move up to the bunker right below them and hopefully catch them by surprise. So right, that cargo right in front of me right there is basically where the other team started this round. And before moving up, we just wanted to make sure that nobody else was around and that they could get us. But at this point, I believe that there was still one person in that inclined cargo who we were shooting at before. I didn't see him move, so he was still there. And I believed that there were still some people on the other side of the field, and those are the people that I was just shooting at right now. And just when I thought we were clear to move up, and I prematurely told him to take his eyes away, he missed a very clean shot right there. So I decided to go to the other window to see if he or if I could get an easy shot on him, but he was able to go back to the incline.
Where is he?
So right there, I was yelling to him that I hit him in the pack because I had a feeling that he didn't feel it, and I wanted to avoid some close encounter with him. Wasn't sure if he was gonna shoot in and or basically I was gonna try and shoot him up close, but fortunately that ended it really well with nobody getting a shot up close.
Okay, you're protecting that area?
So we spent a couple more minutes just trying to be cautious, not wanting to move up too soon, especially when we thought there was still somebody in that inclined cargo. I wasn't sure if that was the guy that was there before or there were two or three guys because we couldn't really have a good idea on who was up there. But after a few minutes of inactivity, we didn't hear anybody shooting up there. We were able to advance to
Go ahead,
where
go right,
they
okay?
started. So just in my opinion, I continue to like the front field of skirmish, the cargo, the oil fields, the mounds not so much, but they continue to be one of
Logan, Nate!
the
Logan,
fields that I
Phil!
really like to play at, only because it's a little
There's nobody
faster
up there, there's nobody
paced.
up there!
A lot of things can happen, a lot of angles to watch out for, um, and you can
Up
definitely
there, up there, up there,
work
up there!
in
Up
small
there, up
groups
there!
as a team to advance across the field. So we were really fortunate and happy that we were able to play in the front fields early in the morning before the crowds um, increased and we had to wait for the other groups if they were playing in the front fields.
Logan, Phil! Logan, Phil! Logan, Phil! Move, move, move! Logan, Phil! Logan, Phil! Phil! Where's Logan? Where's Logan? Yeah, right outside. Where are you? Okay. Logan, come here. On this side. All right. We have to watch out. I saw somebody go left. Yeah.
So here is the second game on cargo, and we switched sides, and we decided that we would take the right side and hopefully be able to take one of the second floor cargoes and be able to shoot from there. So the two of the guys with us decided to take this bunker while we decided to
Logan, Logan,
advance to the next bunker
Logan,
and go up to the
moving
second
the one over
floor.
there, okay? Ready, one, two, three, go, go.
And when we were able to do so, we ran up.
Go up,
I
go up, go up,
decided to
go up. Go
cover
to the
from
top.
the bottom while one of us went up. And at first, I didn't really see any movement on our right side, so I decided
Good
to
job,
go
Logan.
inside and try and be a little bit sneaky just in case I caught anybody. And that is one cardinal rule that I just broke right there. I should have always had my gun up to be able to react quickly, but because I didn't, and the guy saw me and was able to duck back behind cover. And in a moment, you'll see another rule that I broke and I learned while playing Pump. I should have stayed inside this bunker because of just the limited firepower that I had. Um, because I wasn't really thinking. I tried to be sneaky, and as you will see in a few moments, I decided to get another angle on my opponent by going outside. I figured I could catch him by surprise if he kept looking through the window, but as I tried to get him from the right side, I miss, and he decided to run out in the open and try and get me, which he did right on the side of my neck, which was a good shot on his part. And even with the auto trigger, I could not
Over here.
even get him.
Okay.
So, good job on his part.
Come out.
And I told him that he was clean and didn't get him, and that he was still in, which meant that I
Good job.
couldn't
To my side.
protect
Logan, turn it,
my
turn it.
teammate who was stuck
You can
up there.
surrender.
Um, and soon it became a two against one. I was initially concerned at how it might have turned out since they were a little bit closer to each other. Um, Even though the our opponent was offering a surrender, my
That's okay.
teammate was unable to hear it as he was in the cargo, because it can get
Pass, pass,
pretty
pass.
loud in there,
You see
as
what?
the
Yeah.
paintballs get splattered on the inside. But fortunately, it ended quite nicely. Just a little shot on the hand, and the game was over.
Then yes, he did. When we were having a chat,
So there you
and
have it.
then he decided
Those
to go
were the
suicide run. He
two
has no firepower
first
to rescue.
games that we
But he wanted to
played
get me.
over
I
at
was moving,
Skirmish.
I was staying still.
I will
So
continue
we had
working
a shot.
on the other games that we, or the other fields that we played at, and we'll get them out hopefully soon. Thank you again for watching, and hope
Last
you
shot.
like this series
Next,
of
next, next, next,
videos
next.
from Skirmish
Right, right.
USA.